we're gonna be watching Scott Junt. What the fuck is wrong with the Dead by Daylight community lately? Which I feel like a video like this can be made so many times throughout the year, bro. Like, there's so many times where the DBD community kind of like, and it always like ebbs and flows, right? And there's like some highs and like some lows of like activity, I guess you could say. But it's almost like criminal activity, like in your own city. You know, there are times where you're like, huh, I don't think there's been a murder lately. And then all of a sudden, there's like this weird like month where there's like, I don't know, 17 murders. There's a serial killer on the loose. Someone done like, I don't know, ran into a fucking gas station pump and blew up or something. I don't know. Some real like hyperbolization going on here, right? Anyways, it's kind of like that with the DBD community. There are times where like it doesn't really feel like anyone's like, you know, it's like your normal complaining. But then there are times where like, there's like full on like fucking torch and pitchfork movement, and you're like, bro, what the fuck is going on in this game? So let's see what Scott has to say about that.
And also, classic.
Wait, is it gonna be a
past me? What?
Is it gonna be a
I didn't
montage
move.
of people just DCing?
What the fear? She almost got the pass. Okay, like bro, I'm about to just stop streaming.
5 gens of DC is crazy.
What am I watching? Dude, like, DBD is in such a sad state right now.
Interesting. You want to know what's crazy is that potentially could actually be someone's real life thinking and like real life strategy, if you will, right? Like people are like, oh, I vaulted, I see the killer. I took a hit. Let me vault back. Like that might not even be like some trolly shit. That might just be like that person being so bad, because there are a lot of questionable Dead by Daylight players.
It's either you play nice and then people bring 3 BMPs into notices of hyperfocus and stakeout with some sort of map offering.
Those
that's
guys were
magically
kidding,
guaranteed,
bro.
even though they're not guaranteed anymore. And then they play the match out fully and then everyone's fine. Or you play mildly sweaty and like half
Aggressive.
tunnel one
Yeah.
guy and get your first hook or your first death at 7 hooks, and then people just give up and stop playing.
And then after the match, you get a comment on your profile saying, "Wow, you should touch grass. Ew, super sweaty. Can't touch you. You're basically covered in lube. Get a life." Also, what the fuck is this? This is kind of terrifying. You
Like,
get called like
there's
this
just no
sweaty
fucking
asshole,
in
and like
between.
there's nothing you can do about it, bro.
Might
If
make
you
this
play good, you're a sweat.
so.
If you play ass, you're a shitter.
for solo.
Go
She
play
must have
Fortnite.
toolbox.
Go play Violence District.
Something. Drop. We didn't. That's really good for me.
Clean.
Well, that was a waste. At least I picked him up quicker. Plan to
Killers
have it just be the
should
3 of us?
kiss.
I don't know about every
What?
time. Oh, look.
That ace DC. Hold on. Quick little little rewatch here, if we
At least I picked
will,
him up
right?
quicker.
Wait, hold on. So this guy here, correct?
Drop. We didn't.
He had an opportunity to drop said pallet, but he wanted to greet it and died when he knows. Fuck, Chucky Perk. Wow, I really got to get back to DBD. Me taking my like 2-week sabbatical has basically erased my entire 10-year archive of Dead by Daylight knowledge. Chucky Perk make you exposee. Yep, friends till the end. There we go. Holy shit, man. He knows he's friends till the end and that he's exposed, yet he agrees to this. Look at that. Insane.
Well, that was a waste.
It's just
At least I picked.
idiocy, man.
I don't know about every time. Oh, look. Too strong. DC. Cool. You guys fucking suck, you pussy ass bitches. Hey guys, Scott here, and if you can't tell,
I'm upset!
so DBD has been awful this past week for me, and it's not even because of Dead by Daylight.
This
The game is
week,
pretty much
Scott?
exactly the same. It's just something
Just
has
this week?
snapped in the community or something like
this
that.
year.
A little bit of a background. I have been trying to do like a nice guy streak because I don't know. I find like just playing like I'm in a comp match in just random public matches to just
Me
be-
too. Me too.
I'm just
Me too.
embarrassed with myself if I
Me too. This is why, for the past 6 months, guys, I have literally been playing DBD perkless. And as a perkless killer, I still also get like DCs. consistently. And I don't necessarily like understand it, primarily because like I'm giving myself such a handicap by just being perkless. And I'm playing like the weakest killers, right? I'm playing fucking Trapper. I'm playing like Wraith. I'm playing Nemi. Like I'm just like bullshitting around. And a lot of times, like I even forget to just put add-ons on. So I'm going in completely naked, and people still DC or say I'm sweating when they're like 4-man swiffing with full gen speed builds. Like, bro, like how ass you got to be to even lose against a killer who has no perks or add-ons while you're 4-man swiffing? Like, it is honestly above me.
I would ever do something like that. So the only streak I can ever like emotionally accept for myself is if I try to do like a nice guy streak where I try to like, you know, at least double hook everybody. Basically
That's
pretending
tough,
like the new
That's
anti-tunnel systems are in the game when they're not actually in the game. I think it adds a bit of a challenge and it makes things a bit more interesting, and it's a lot easier than just, you know, tunneling one guy out at 3 gens or at, you know, at 3 hooks and stuff like that. So
Playing comp.
I've always found that to be a somewhat interesting thing to do. But lately, over the past week, I don't know if somebody made a build or something, but I have been struggling to win games like that. Normally, I can. I can win probably 90% of my games playing like that.
Gotta go look
But
at Hen's
the past
channel.
week, it's been like 50% or something, because every game has had some type of, you know, hyper-focused, stakeout, commodious 4-man combo. Like, people are either going full comp insane
Yep,
shit,
full sweat.
or it's the complete opposite, and people give up instantly to anything that I do. There is no in between, and that is the most.
I would say there's a little bit of like an in between, and like I said, guys, I haven't really like played DBD that much in like the past 2 weeks because like I'm just like trying to take a break like for like my mental before I crash out and like punch my monitor or something. Shout out. Anyways, or no, he punched his like camera or some shit, right? Or it was fake, whatever. Anyways, I think there's the super sweaty teams that you run into, like these full comp swifts that you tend to just fully struggle with, and at the end they just call you a shitter if you like win or lose. And there's these people who just DC give up, but also there's like just the really bad players where you get into the match and it almost just feels like you shouldn't be there. Like some weird MMR system that DBD has mash you with these players who don't have that much hours in the game, knowing you have thousands of hours, and you absolutely wipe the floor with them. Like, you don't even have to try. Like, the game just feels super boring to play because you're, like, you know you're better than them. You know what I mean? Like everyone has these games where they're just like, bro, how the fuck am I in this lobby? Like, what the fuck's going on? Like, these guys don't know how to, like, run tiles properly. They're, like, making these mistakes that, like, no, like, normal player that you normally go up against who has, like, higher MMR would make. And like it makes the game so boring.
Frustrating.
So there's
part.
kind of like a
So
third
I can't
option.
do like a chill nice guy streak because then I keep for some reason getting these teams bringing insane shit. Like I have been, you know, worried about hyper-focus stakeout since the combo came out. I have
Years
made a
ago.
few videos about it, seemingly like
Years.
over a year ago at this point. But luckily, kind of like shoulder the burden and conviction, not a lot of people use it. So I'm just like, okay,
Thank God,
it's
bro.
just, you know, it's nothing. It gets fine.
Bro, we
It's
all
not
thought
like
conviction was
fucking
gonna be
great, too.
fucking
A lot of
crazy.
people don't use these combos.
But, like, a
and
lot of people
perks
don't use it
are
that
so
much.
insanely strong that if they became popular, I'd be miserable. But it seems like for some reason, people are bringing that shit a lot more. And turns out, yeah, doing gens by yourself in 39 seconds makes it pretty hard to win when you're trying to full hook. So that shit's kind of become impossible. So then I started just doing like viewer builds just to
Especially
kinda
as
mix
an
it up.
Emmy, bro.
And
Fuck.
then every single game when I am not playing incredibly super nice guy. By the way, I still play nice. I'm not like tunneling people out at, you know, the third hook and things like that. I'm just not going ridiculously ignore people in front of me nice. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And as soon as you do that, people give up instantly. And it's not even like when anything sweaty's happening. Sometimes I'll just hit them with Wraith at the start of the match. I will just hit them with an M1 attack and they will disconnect. I will
Bro, it's like when you're playing Legion or you're playing Kaneki, right? And like you just, you know, get like your normal like first hit that like makes a survivor have to mend. They sit there for a second and they kind of just look at you and they're like, I don't really feel like mending right now, so I'll see you later, bro. And like they just fucking DC. You're just like, bro, what the fuck? Like I didn't even do anything. Like I literally just got my first hit of the game. What are you doing, Steven? Like, come on, man. Lock the fuck in.
hit someone with a tentacle with Nemesis, and they will just instantly disconnect. I will fly next to someone as Vecna, and they'll disconnect. I'll crawl in a tunnel as Xenomorph, and someone will instantly disconnect. The amount of games that were 3v1s just yesterday alone, like half my games were just not even games. To the point I got so bored, I just started being dicks to people. Like I just I just fuck it. I'm just gonna play like a sweat lord. I had a match on Gas Heaven where I literally just slugged everyone because I was just like, usually I don't let it get to me like that because there's no point in doing that. There's no point in having the last game affect your current game because the people in the current match have nothing to do with your last match.
Happens.
They didn't bring all this shit. They didn't give up. They didn't do whatever they're currently doing.
That's what happens a lot of times with DBD. Like, people will call you like such a sweat, and this happens in a lot of cases, right? Where you go up against like a really like strong team who, as survivors, will bully you, or as a killer, will completely stomp you, teabag you, do whatever they can to just literally make you mad, I guess, right? Make you fucking angry, tilted. There you go. That was the word I was trying to look for. That make you tilted. And you will take that same energy and put it into the next game against totally innocent people. And you'll go play killer, you'll go play Bubba, and you'll fucking knock someone and stare at them and look at their nice, luscious fucking lips that they just put that lip balm on. And you're like, you're mine, buddy. And you just sit there and you wait for them to die. And you tunnel them out, and you tunnel them out, you slug, you do like the most diabolical shit you could probably think of. And then they get mad at you. And then it's like this cycle of like tilting kind of just continues throughout the DBD community, and then everyone's like, "This game's so shit, bro. I had a bad day." It's like
they didn't do
all because like it just stems from one person, and then it just affects everyone
for no reason is stupid, and you shouldn't do it. But I was weak.
It
for
happens.
one game. I just said, "Fuck it." I'm so sick
happens.
of the community right now that I just kind of went.
We're all human, bro.
On people, and yeah, it works pretty well when you do that, surprisingly. But the problem is, almost all my games don't even get to the point where they even see if I'm going to play like that. That's the thing. Most of my DCs happen when I hit someone with an attack within the first minute of the game. And I actually talked about this a long time ago when people were disconnecting. Most of the disconnects tend to happen right at the start of the match because you have like Lethal Pursuer.
I was literally just about to say that. When I think of someone playing sweaty on killer, I'm like, okay, these motherfuckers have Lethal Pursuer. They're trying to optimize their time as much as possible and play as efficient as possible, which no hate against, right? I totally all for playing efficient when it comes to like being a killer. But as a survivor, if I see a killer with Lethal Pursuer, I'm like, okay, this guy is probably sweating his fucking ball sack off right now. If he needs to find me within the first 2 seconds of a match and wants to be hounding my booty cheeks, this guy is probably sweating his dick off. And a lot of times people are just like, I don't really feel like playing a trial for the next 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just for this guy to like sweat, slug, camp, fucking have a million like perks that are just gonna like slow down the game, which is like totally acceptable on the killer role.
If you have that and you get it within the first 30 seconds, the chances of someone disconnecting is astronomically higher.
Yep.
It's like people don't realize that they have multiple.
It's the same thing if you see Ruin.
If you see
Lethal and Ruin,
is not over. And by far the most annoying part about all of these disconnects that I got, even just yesterday, it's been going on for weeks now, but just yesterday, is half the games people disconnected in, they were actively winning. Like there were 2 gens left or 3 gens left that were 99 or something. They were legit about to beat me.
It don't matter,
and because they disconnected, then I was able to win. It's not even people leaving at like 5 gens and there's 5 people, 5 hook states.
I mean, it
like
happens
that.
a lot.
That I understand. That's kind of like a doomed match. Some people just want to go next. No, people leave when they are literally beating my ass. They are actively winning and they will leave. That is the most mind-boggling shit of all. Like, I get leaving a doomed scenario. That's understandable.
Yep.
I'm not saying do it, but I at least can empathize with that a bit. But some people leave when they're like legitimately heavily winning. They just have no concept. They get their first hook when I have like 3 total hooks and there's 2 gens left, and then they DC. I'm like, you are winning. What are you doing? You are literally going to win the game, except now probably not.
The only time I really hate when people DC is like in winnable situations, right? Everyone's had this experience at least one time in DBD where it is like maybe a 2v1 scenario, right? There's only like 2 people left, maybe even a 3v1. And there's a chance to like save the person that's down, but like the killer's on top of them. But like if you guys literally communicate and like or like I don't know, time it, you guys can honestly all escape. But then someone just gives up, DCs, or goes and kills himself, and then the whole plan's fucked, and then the entire team dies because this person just didn't even want to try and win in an end game scenario. It happens so many times, especially like when playing Survivor, and it's so frustrating. And back then, we just didn't have bots. So like you would be trying to rescue someone sometimes. They would DC and they just poof, gone. And then like you're there in front of the killer, like, I came to save that guy. Can I just leave now, please? And then you're the guy in the hook. You're the guy slugged. You're the guy sitting in front of fucking Bubba for the next 10 minutes. Like, it's so trash, bro.
The whole point is, I don't know what has gone wrong with the community in these past couple weeks. I'm thinking it's maybe the disconnection penalty changes. For those who don't know, they recently kind of changed how the disconnect penalties work.
I don't know.
Now you basically get like 1 or 2 free disconnects and they recharge with basically good behavior. I think it's like every, 20 games or something, you remove a disconnect penalty point. And it starts off with no penalty for the first 2 disconnects. However, it takes much longer to reset those penalties, which I think is kind of a cool way to do it. I'm actually perfectly fine with that. I'm just trying to think of a variable that might have affected people just giving up so much. It could be because survivors are upset they're not getting the changes that were proposed in the PTB, because frankly, they were massively overpowered.
Yeah, they were way too overpowered.
And maybe they're as a form.
We did a video on that like not too like long ago. I think this is the first time like I'm hearing about this free like DC penalty. I think it's kind of good because like let's be honest, there are like a lot of like and this only happens when you're playing DBD for like a considerable amount of time, like in like one day or like in like one sitting, whatever. But there's gonna be a lot of matches in which like you just get like hard tunneled. The killer just like I said before, like camps, teabags, slugs, just played like really like an asshole. And like I feel like you should be able to like DC from at least 1 or 2 of those, right? Like that's fine, I guess. But I think everyone should just have 1 or 2 free DCs in like 24 hours, right? Don't even give them the chance to get good behavior. Like, what is good behavior in Dead by Daylight, bro? Like, give props to a survivor. Like, is like no one uses that fucking like option, bro, when they're like trying to like report someone. I don't even know why like the give props is even an option, bro.
Why are these people
like,
even playing the game? It's not even like I'm like doing like a obnoxious blood favor triple regression ghoul shit.
Yeah.
I will uncloak and hit somebody with Wraith and they will instantly disconnect. Like, it doesn't matter what I'm playing. It's just it seems like they don't even want to play Dead by Daylight. I don't know why they launched the game. And we discussed this in the stream a little bit. And I think it's kind of like, it's like drug seeking behavior where people will play 10 shitty games in hopes of getting that one game that made them fall in love with Dead by Daylight. Because the game, when it is fun,
that's literally
is really fun. But as people play more and more and get more and more
when it's bad,
it's
really
they
bad.
Need more and more shit to get to that good game again. So it's literally like a drug to them. And so they need to wade through more obnoxious shit in their mind in order to find that one really fun game again. But it's to the point now, I don't know, these people don't have 50-minute like DC penalties because it's every game. Every game, multiple people. And I don't even blame the second or third guy.
That's kind of how I've been recently, right? I don't know. I'd get on DBD and like I've been playing the game for like almost 10 years, and like I fucking like I know I love the game. Like I'm passionate about the game. It basically like gave me everything I like literally like have like on my channel, right? But like the thing is, I'd get on DBD, play one game, and just feel like burnt out, like again and again. Like I would keep trying to play in hopes I'd get like a good game, because like there are some times where like just funny shit happens. The game's very buggy. The coding is fucking trash. So there are like a lot of times where like just these like anomalies will take place, and you're like, bro, what the fuck? Like that was insane. Like what the hell is that? It's like some weird thing. Or like there's just like a really bad killer, or like you're playing a killer and they're really bad survivors, and like you know like it's one of those things where like everyone just loves winning. So when you're winning, it feels like a good time. But like when you're already kind of like on this thin line, this like teetering level of should I like stop playing DBD or keep playing it, and then your first match you get of the day is like some fucking sweaty blight that just wants to sit there and run full like super strong builds, compound bullshit, and then camp and tunnel everyone. Then you're like, now I know why I got up this game. And then you're like, okay, we'll try again tomorrow. And it's like this fucking, it's like the definition of insanity, bro. You keep trying and trying and trying, hoping for a different outcome, but it never fucking changes, bro. There are some times where like you actually do have good DBD days, and like you're just on some heater and you're constantly winning, and those feel great, make you really want to play the game over and over again. But it's just like the good is good, but when it's bad, it feels so bad.
For DCing, if someone DCs of 5 gens, I'm like, all right.
So I kind of agree with like what
really care if anyone else
Scott's saying here.
I get it at this point. But dude, it's just like my will to play DBD is so low this past week. I've just been like really struggling to play the game.
Twinsies.
I don't know what this bug was. I couldn't pick her up. I'm not BMing her. But
that bug's been in the game for such a long time, by the way.
Is going to be more of the same. Crossu, I will just tell you right now, if you haven't played a PTB, is not an enjoyable killer to go against, like, at all. She is really kind of Chucky Scamper on steroids. She's actually better than that, and it's
I saw that she got buffed.
So we're just going to have more of it. So I'm just dreading this new release. I feel like we're going to get a day of people seeing what the new killer can do, and then she'll be added to the list of 72 killers that I won't play against, according to, like, every survivor. And I'm just getting sick of it, man. Like, I'm actually, like, getting, like, my empathy for the shit survivor stuff.
So this is before the Crossover came out.
Just really running out. And again, I was even someone like, a long time ago back in the original Skull.
I saw that Crossover got a buff, which I was saying in like the previous video in which I was talking about her, because she was like probably one of the weakest killers in Dead by Daylight during the PTB. And I was like, wow, this killer really needs a rework, or she needs to be like incredibly buffed. I know she got a buff, but like I haven't really seen how big of a buff it was. Was it like a crazy buff?
DCing against those things because I think they were crimes against humanity.
Is she playable now?
Long, games and Old Legion. I don't even need to describe how that was worthy of disconnecting. But dude, the shit that we have in the game is nowhere even close to as bad as that stuff. That stuff was like you had to just wait for the server to time out bad. This is just like, oh no, the Wraith was invisible and he hit me. I don't like that. Disconnect. Like, it's not even comparable. Like, I do agree that I shouldn't have advocated for disconnecting really in any way, but you got to understand, it was for Old Legion and Skull Merchant. Those are such extreme, horrible examples.
Skull Merchant hostage games were insane.
To criticize me for that. And also, that was years and years ago. That was like, what, 2-3 years ago now at this point?
Fuck,
so my whole perspective
was.
on this has just completely changed. And frankly, I'm just so fucking sick of people DCing. I understand leaving when it's a losing scenario, but most of the times they are in winning scenarios and they're still leaving. It's just completely ruining my love for the game. This is a rant video. I'm fucking sick of everybody. That's it. Bye.
W video, bro. W video.
Hey guys, got here. Today I want to go over how the new Myers.
Chill. Bro, gonna just like throw me into another one. Calm down, brother. Calm down. We'll get there. Yeah, honestly, man. W video. Some things in Dead by Daylight honestly will never change, right? Like I feel like till the end of time, DBD will be a very like toxic community, and that's just kind of like what it's become over the years. Don't get me wrong, DBD back then, right? And we're talking like maybe like 6-7 years ago, was a very like toxic place, but it wasn't like as toxic. It was kind of just riddled with cheaters, right? Like you'd have survivors flying around with literally God beam flashlights that would illuminate the entire world. And no matter where you were as a killer, you were getting full blinded, right? You had like a lot of that, people flying around, like normal shit. But people was just like all that toxicity was directed towards the cheaters, because the cheaters were like ruining the game, and they were also like running rampant. But nowadays, there's only like subtle cheaters, which honestly is so much fucking worse in my opinion. And all that, leftover rage that we get from just playing DBD on a daily basis gets projected towards like the killers, the game, the survivors, like just against each other instead of like one. It's like, oh well, we have a common enemy in these cheaters. Let's all like throw all that hate at him. But now we don't have no common enemy, so we're all at fucking war again. You know what I mean? Like it's like that kind of like mentality, I guess you could say. At the moment, I'm kind of glad I'm taking a small break from DBD. The Karsue character didn't really like. I played the PTB, didn't look that interesting to me. But maybe she's cool now. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's a good update. Maybe, I don't know. Well, I mean, I'll see at some point, right? But at the moment, fuck that, bro. Like, Scott should just take a break from DBD for like at least a week. Just chill, bro. I don't know. Go like take a Zumba class or something. Anyways, W video.
He's yapping in the fog, never lost for words. Looping like a legend, though it's all a blur. Content so crisp, even when he's late. Imposter games, chaotic but great. Where's